Okay, great, great. Now, let's talk about some of the different types of flooring that you offer, and maybe give us a little bit of the technical specs and things about different types of flooring and what people should look for when they are purchasing, different type of flooring, as like carpet and
hard surface and so forth.
yes.
Certainly. Well, of course, we sell carpet as our mainstay, but of course, the hard surface has really taken an edge off the carpet industry too. There are a lot more hard surfaces that are sold.
Why is that?
Because people want the ease of taking care of it. A lot of people have allergies. They're concerned about the filaments and the fiber that affects their allergies. And then also, it's just that things change. It's all cyclical. People decide they want something different, so we're kind of in that phase. We're going more hard surface. But we sell a lot of ceramic tile. Install that. We do bathrooms, we do floors, we do walls. Anything you do with ceramic tile we can do. We do hard surfaces, which are engineered wood floor, which are the laminated wood floors, or laminates, which are more like a kitchen counter. It's actually made of a resin that's like a kitchen countertop, and that's what they call a laminate floor. You can actually put a cigarette out on a laminate floor, and it will not disturb the appearance of that floor. So if you have kids with 3 bikes and they're all rolling across the room, that laminate floor is pretty inviting that you're not disturbing that wood floor. Like a hardwood floor scratches easily. It's a wood floor that has a coat of stain on it, and then urethane that's baked into a factory baked, has like 5 coats of urethane, and then aluminum oxide, which is another filler there that actually makes it harder. So you have that protects your wood, but if you drag a nail across it, it's going to scratch that wood. So you have to kind of understand, if you do have those 5 kids with those 3 tricycles, you need to think about what surface you're going to be using.
Okay.
And if you do use hardwood floors, then you need to use a rug on top of it, and that protects that hardwood floor. Which sometimes I laugh because people spend all this money on a hardwood floor and they cover it all up with rugs. So it's kind of of course I can sell them rugs too, so it's not a big deal to me, but it is a consideration. Okay. So if you do have lots of kids and so forth, then that's what I evaluate when you come. You tell me. I always say I enter your world when you come in my shop. It's all about you and what your environment is and what you're looking for, and I see what your eye goes, the color that your eye goes to a lot of times, and so it's just that years of experience of working with people and working with color and working with products to know that, hey, you really like that. You keep going back to that. Your eye keeps going back to it, so I kind of perceive that when I'm working with you.
Okay. All right, well, good, good. Now, you've got some carpet samples here. Let's talk a little bit about those.
Sure.
And you can kind of hold them up.
Yeah, this is our newest introduction. That's the reason I wanted to discuss it today. This is a solution-dyed polyester carpet. There's 2 contentions of uses of carpet fibers. There's nylon fiber and there's polyurethane fiber. That's a synthetic fiber. And the polyurethane fibers were always considered the inferior fiber because they were less expensive and they would pack down really easily. Mm-hmm. In the first years of in the 80s and the early 80s, really, they really got a bad name because they packed down so well. So a lot of us dealers would not sell a polyester because the performance was not there. Mm-hmm. Now the newer polyesters, they've come such a long way. There's 3rd and 4th generations of polyesters. This polyester is called solution dyed, and what that means is that this fiber, when it's still liquid, when this fiber comes from a liquid urethane-based substance, and when it is still liquid, they put the color in there so it's color fast. Right. You can actually take Clorox and clean this carpet with Clorox, and it will not change the color of this carpet.
Really?
So then you think about girls, teenage girls with cosmetics, things, acne medicine, all that stuff will not affect the color of this carpet. Wow. So that's really revolutionary as far as having a really good carpet. And you think of apartment complexes. All the people that live in these apartment complexes don't really care about the carpet because it's not their carpet.
Right.
So these people that own these places have to tend to this. So that's another reason. So I'm really high on this carpet right now. It's really... It just adds another benefit to having carpet in your home.
Yes. Now, price-wise, is that...
It's very competitive.
Oh,
no, it's not a whole lot more.
Okay.
When Mohawk came out with the Everstrand carpet, which was a new introduction about 5 years ago, and it was this type of carpet, but it was very expensive. It was like $10 more a yard than a regular carpet for the same ounce weight. So I had trouble selling it, because it was that much more expensive.
Right.
But there again, this is another evolution that they've actually been able to get this less expensively than the other carpets that were introduced years ago.
Okay.
So this is really the top seller right now. In fact, I'm showing it to all my builders. I do a lot of builder work and new construction work.
Right.
So they're concerned about price and quality too. So I'm showing this to them and putting this on board with them because I think this, for the price, this is a very good carpet with those kind of characteristics. It's really super good.
Well, excellent, excellent. Okay, now when people are shopping for carpet, there are certain things that need to be concerned with as far as what texture, weight, and so tell us a little bit more about that on how to select a good carpet.
Sure. First thing I want to know is what it's going to be used for. Are you going to put it in your bedroom? Are you going to put it in the den where you got all those kids, or the bonus room? The kids are spilling Cokes up there and playing, whatever they're going to be doing upstairs in the bonus room, watching the theater room, that type of thing.
Right.
So I want to know what you're going to be doing and what room you're going to be putting this carpet in. Once I determine that, then I determine the quality of carpet that you need. You're looking for a plush carpet. You want a low-profile carpet. We're doing a lot of the real pull-down carpets that look almost like the old Berbers that used to be sold about, but these are a lot tighter and a lot denser carpets. So we call them kind of a pull-down type carpet, and those have become real popular too. So I want to see, in your age bracket too. A lot of people, depending on what their age is what they're interested in buying. So I kind of determine all those things from you to see what I think what the use you're going to use it for, the plushness you want. If you want it to be real cushy, do you want it to be serviceable? Are the people going to be rolling, walking on it, that type of thing? You don't want a real tall filament if you're going to be having kids roll over their bicycles across it, that type of thing. So I just kind of think in terms of what you're going to be using that room for, and just the plushness that you're looking for, and the money that you want to spend. I can find you carpet at any price.
Okay.
I can sell you the cheapest carpet possible. I can sell you the most expensive carpet possible, because I have that range in my showroom. I can go down from a couple of dollars a yard to $100 a yard. In fact, the most expensive carpet I ever sold cost me $105 a yard.
Wow.
I bought it for a designer. She specified it. So that was a very expensive carpet.
Yeah.
But I don't generally sell $105 yard carpet, trust me.
I can imagine. I'm sure not many people buy it.
Can't afford it, exactly. Exactly. So, and then I sell a lot of area rugs too. A lot of people, I have the ability, I have a guy that binds my carpet for me, so I can actually bind anything in my store. Any carpet sample I have, which I have hundreds of them, anything in there can be bounded, any size you want it to be bound to.
Okay.
So that's another thing too, and I can do it a lot less expensively than if you go to the department store and buy a bound rug. It's usually about twice the price what you can pay for it when I bind it for you.
Right, and then you can actually get it matched color-wise.
Exactly, to the colors and whatever.
Exactly.
A lot of times, and I'll tell people, if we're figuring a house and they have a big piece of carpet left over, you just can't help from not, you have to buy it. I always say, hey, we can make a rug out of this, which saves you more money. That you don't have to go buy another rug, you've already paid for that carpet, so we just bind a rug.
Right, that's very good.
So there again, that's just something else that I add to the mix. But I'm trying to save you money. When you're my customer, as I said many times, I want you to have the best product that you can have for the best price and what you want to spend for it. And I don't want to sell you anything less. I don't want to sell you anything more. But I want you to have the best thing that you can get for the price.
Okay, very good. All right, well, let's shift a little bit. Let's talk about the woods that you offer. And I noticed that they have gotten wider.
Oh, yes,
Okay,
definitely.
So what's the trend going on with that?
Yeah, years ago, here's a wood. This is a 5-inch wood. This happens to be a
Let's
maple.
turn it a little
yeah,
bit,
sure,
yeah.
sure, certainly. Sorry.
Okay.
Years ago, back in the 90s, 80s, and 90s, we were actually selling the 3-inch wood. That was actually started with a 2 1/4-inch wood, the really small strip woods.
Right.
You see a lot of in the older homes where they actually put real hardwood floors that were strip floors. When we take up carpet, a lot of times nowadays, we even find that wood below that carpet. People covered it up.
Yeah.
But we started really selling this 3-inch wood. That was our most prevalent one that we sold. But then we've gotten to the 5-inch woods, and we've also gotten to the distressed wood, where this wood here is a pretty slick wood. We sell a lot of woods that have the imperfections. They actually dredge the wood and drag and make dents in it so that it looks distressed, what they call distressed. So we're selling a lot of that also. But these are all glue-down floors. These are actually 5-ply woods. So you can see the plies in this. These are 5-ply woods, and there's 4 plies of hardwood, of this species of hardwood, and then the actual species of the wood, whether it be oak, hickory, maple, whatever. That top layer of the wood is the species of the wood that we're selling.
Let's hold that up a little bit.
Yep.
I know they may not be able to see it from the camera, but we'll try to put it at least
But
this
typically,
way.
you have 5 plies of veneers of wood. This is real wood, and it's cross-grained as far as it's structurally turned each time they put a layer on, so it makes it structurally stronger than actually a real solid floor. And so they glue that together under high pressure. Then they coat this with the stain, the color. They usually have about 5 colors of stain. Then they actually heat set 5 to 6 coats of polyurethane on top of this, so you get a much better surface. If you have a sand and finish, a hardwood floor that a man puts in just on site, they'll put a coat of stain on, and then they'll come in and they'll put 2 coats of urethane, maybe sometimes 2 coats, sometimes only 1 coat of urethane. So you get much better surface wearability from these engineered hardwood floors.
And these are beautiful colors.
Yeah, they usually generally sell like the natural colors and the red cherry colors, and then some more of the brown tones too. So there's just a great selection